So it's good to call this meeting in order for Committee of the Whole. Oh my goodness.
You have to
May
back way
6th,
up, back way up.
4:45 PM. Roll call, please.
Gary Payson Jr.,
Here.
Ron Dunwoody,
Here.
Scott McClory,
Here.
Ken Minell,
Here.
Kurt Harkness,
Here.
Tim Sharota.
Here. Okay, next we're going to do interviews of firms that submitted proposals for building inspection services in response to the city's RFP. First one is Safe Built, which is here and also online. You have 15 minutes, sir. Welcome.
Thank you.
1 second. Oh, I wasn't sure you were ready. Okay.
And I will be asking all the questions, and then everybody else will just look at writing everything down.
Do you want to try your mic again, Gary?
Test. How about now?
Sounds good.
All right. So what distinguishes your firm from other building inspection companies?
I think our greatest asset is our resources that we have. We have 30 inspectors that work in the area currently. We work in Williams Bay, Fontana, Town of Lynn, so that if someone's gone, we have someone to step in immediately to fill that need. We don't have just one person there. So our resources, we're a nationwide company, but we're with individually ran. I'm the operations manager for Wisconsin, so you get the resources of a nationwide company, but the personability of someone in Wisconsin. I live right in Waterford, very familiar with the area. As I said, we're already in some of the other municipalities around here. We have 30 employees, and we're in 50 locations around the state.
Okay. How many, well, I guess this already answers it actually, but I'm going to ask it anyway. How many inspectors are on staff in this region? And then the follow-up would be, would one building inspector be assigned, or would there be multiple individuals?
We currently have 4 inspectors in this region right here. You'd be assigned a primary inspector, and then there'd be other inspectors. If some inspectors aren't a commercial electrical inspector and a commercial plumbing inspector, so sometimes we have to bring in those specialty categories. It's very rare to find someone that is certified in commercial plumbing, commercial electric, commercial building, but it would be one primary inspector with the specialty inspections for commercial electric and commercial plumbing.
Okay. Next question would be, what are some qualities that make a building inspector successful?
I always like to say, like, education, enforcement through education. If you educate people properly up front and let them know what the process is going to be, then they're more acceptable if you have to have a conversation with them about something they've done wrong. Communication, that's the key. We have iPads, emails, texts. I think once you see the amount of availability we have outside of the office, that'll set us apart also.
Okay. What is your response time to residents, and how does that process work?
All phone calls and emails should be returned within 24 hours. All inspections are performed the next day. If you call our inspection line and schedule an inspection by 4 p.m., you get an inspector the next day. Emergency work is handled through whoever would be in charge administratively to let us know if we have to come out in an emergency situation, and that would be somebody on call.
No.
No.
You missed that part.
Well, I mean, to his,
Yeah.
his answer.
Okay. Next question. Has your firm been the subject of litigation within the past 5 years due to dissatisfaction from a municipality about your services or alleged mistakes by your building inspectors?
We have not.
None? Okay. How do your inspectors deal with companies or individuals who disagree with a building inspection decision?
So the immediate response would be to have that conversation with the inspector and see if it can be worked out. The inspector has a direct boss that they could turn to and have that situation resolved. And then I'm also the final authority too. If I need to become involved, then I come involved. But it's, like I said, if we set the parameters and the education and communication up front, it'll eliminate a lot of problems. But that's not saying someone's not, you know, sometimes you get unhappy people. I think with a little bit of explanation that it can be handled.
Okay, next question. How do you promote communication with city leaders and staff?
Email, and I'm available by phone, email, Teams meetings, and I'm a firm believer in more communication and less frustration. Open line of communication to anybody at any time. I'm ultimately the final authority of the success of any contract that I have, and I take that very seriously. I'm very proud of the job that I do, and I'm sure you've checked my references.
Okay. Do you have any experience helping a client improve customer service and innovation in building inspection services?
Absolutely, with our program that we have, that we bring along with us, Community Core, that we give the staff access to that they can see where a permit is at, where a plan review is at, and they can go in and look and see if a property has a permit. And so we're very technically driven. We like to have that communication, and this is our program that we have, and we're always continuing to upgrade it with online occupancy permits, instant notification on an inspection. If you give us your email address when you call for an inspection, when we're in the site, we carry iPads, click that button, and you'll be notified. Sometimes the sanitary district doesn't get notified of a sewer lateral through some excuse me, lack of communication. We can have their email address in there on that inspection, and they'll be notified.
Okay. That's all the questions that we have for you this evening.
Thank you.
All right, thank you for your time.
Bring Steve back in, I know we're gonna have that echo problem, would you
Okay.
bring him back in for any, if he has anything to say, or?
Well, I've already asked all the questions.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Is Wilden here? You guys are here? Are you ready?
Sure.
All right, it's 4:53. Come on up.
All right, excellent, thank you.
So I will be asking all the questions, and then everybody else will be jotting stuff down, okay? You'll get the same questions that the previous gentleman just received.
Sounds good.
Okay. So what distinguishes your firm from other building inspection companies?
I would say with Wildan, my name is Matt Zitzka, by the way. I am the project manager for Wildan in the Midwest area. I would say with us, we are proposing a tandem, a two-team approach, just to ensure there's always going to be someone available. These two inspectors are with me here tonight, one being Jim Ziska, the other Brad Rowan here. So between the two of them, they have over 50 years of inspection experience. And then I as well have over 12 years of inspection experience, including experience serving as the building official for a city about 20,000 southwest side of Chicago. And Brad does as well. So I think they're very well credentialed, and they are very responsible and just people who would be reliable, and we're here to help. So I think just their ability puts them beyond a lot of other inspection firms.
Okay, thank you. Okay, how many inspectors are on staff in this region? With a follow-up, would one building inspector be assigned, or would there be multiple individuals?
So yeah, we are proposing a two-person two-person team here, Jim and Brad. Brad would be the lead inspector with He has over 30 years of inspection experience. Jim is also there as well to serve as backup for Brad, and they're very qualified and experienced in their fields.
Okay, so that would be how many inspectors in that region, or just those two?
Yeah, right now, so Wildan is actually, we're really big in California, Texas, and Florida, so along the coast, and our board has really made a push to enter the Midwest market, so we are really growing our business, and this would be our first contract outside of energy. We do have an energy division that works in Madison, but inspection-wise, we would be fully committed to you as cities. So whenever you need us, we would be available. I know in speaking with Jim and Brad, both of them said that they would be available anytime, even outside your standard business hours. So they'll be around when you need them, and they're here to help, and they understand that they have to have a professional approach and be consistent and uniform in the way they apply the codes. And we've read the village ordinances and understand what you're looking for, and I think we're more than capable of addressing your needs.
Okay. What are some qualities that make a building inspector successful?
Being a good listener. I think you need to truly understand the problem in order to address it, or at least to figure out what you need to do. I think you need to understand the codes and also know what alternatives may or may not be available. I think you need to be reasonable and rational in your approach. I think we're here to help, to provide a service, and we don't want to be barriers or to progress. So I think just our experience working for municipalities it helps that. We know what it's like to get the angry phone calls from residents because for one reason or another. And I think with Wildan, you wouldn't have to worry about that. We know how to carry ourselves. We know what the code does or does not allow, and we also know that if we need to, if there isn't something that's black and white, there's going to be a point in contact, whether it's you, Adam, or someone else in the building department, or that we need to get in touch with and discuss with first. So we understand that another very important attribute would be being responsive. You want someone who's going to be available and who's going to get back to you in timely fashion. So I think I can go on, but those are just a few important ones.
Okay. All right. What is your response time to residents, and how does the process work?
I think it really depends on what you're looking for, and we can be the point person for the community, and our goal would be to get back to everyone, I mean, before the end of the business day for sure, if not sooner. I think it all depends on really, I think it could be immediate or I think it's with you guys being our priority, with the city of Elkhorn being our priority here in Wisconsin, we'd be pretty much ready whenever you needed us.
Okay. Has your firm been the subject of litigation within the past 5 years due to dissatisfaction from a municipality about your services or alleged mistakes by your building inspectors?
No.
Okay. How do your inspectors deal with companies or individuals who disagree with building inspection decision?
I mean, the codes are generally pretty clear in what they do or do not allow, especially with the exceptions. So I think there's a point where you would have to kind of reconvene you with the point person with the city and find out exactly how they want to handle the situation. Well, we're here to provide our expertise and our guidance, and ultimately you have to answer to the residents or for the city as the staff. So if Mr. Swan, that's you, I would want to make sure I talk to a point person before there's any variation from the code.
How do you promote communication with city leaders and staff?
Just having the foresight of knowing what is needed in advance of each inspection, knowing if we receive the permit paperwork, if there's anything that doesn't look right, or if there's anything that needs to be clarified, we can hopefully discuss that up front. I think it's all about communicating, and if it's a matter of corresponding via phone or email or however you prefer, we'd be happy to do that. But I think being responsive is incredibly important.
Do you have any experience helping a client improve customer service and innovation in building inspection services?
Yes, I definitely do. I know in my time, I've it's helped bring the village of Mokina into the digital world, where we were pretty much everything was done pen and paper, and I helped implement our building code software, or our permit software and contractor registration software. Spent a lot of time refining that, and then always just listening to whatever any issues. It's asking questions, what problems that you may be encountering. But I would say I've seen it all after 15 years of working for the village of Mokina. So there's a lot of it's much the same, just different variables.
Excuse me. Okay, all right, that's all we have.
All right,
All right, thank you.
thank you. Appreciate your time.
Okay, so next we're going to adjourn into closed session. Closed session, Committee of the Whole may entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to Wisconsin Statute Section 19.85, Section 1, Section E, in order to conduct specified public business. Whenever competitive or bargaining reasons require, the Committee of the Whole may also entertain a motion to go into closed session pursuant to 1985, Section 1 and F, to consider financial, medical, social, or personal histories of specific persons which, if discussed in public, would likely to have a substantial adverse effect upon the reputation of any person referred to in such histories or data, or involved in such problems or investigations. We will be reviewing and discussing proposals for building inspection services. Then afterwards, we will reconvene in an open session for possible action on closed session items. The Common Council shall reconvene into open session, reserving the right to take action on matters discussed in closed session and move to the remaining meeting agendas as posted. And part of that, when we reconvene, will be discussion and possible decision regarding proposal for building inspection services. Do I have a motion to go into closed session?
So moved. Second.
All right, we have a motion and a second. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? We're going into closed session. Okay, we're reconvening into open session for possible action on closed session items. The Common Council shall reconvene into open session, reserving the right to take action on the matters discussed in closed session and to move to the remaining meeting agendas as posted. Item discussion and possible decision regarding proposals for building inspection services. Do I have a motion?
I'll make a motion to have city staff negotiate with Safe Built inspection services.
Do I have a second?
Second.
This is roll call? I should do a roll call?
Yes.
Roll call, please.
All right, Scott McClory,
Yes.
Ron Dunwoody,
Yes.
Ken Minell,
Yes.
Kurt Harkness,
Yes.
Gary Payson Jr.
Yes. So the motion carries. Do I have a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We are adjourned. Thank you.